Welcome back, everyone. I would like to start this video with a shout out. I've had the inspiration for this video came from one of the channels I subscribe to. He is a wonderful storyteller, and whenever I get notification that he's posted a new video, I'm on it. I watch from the beginning to the very last second. I just love the way he tells a story, and they're always interesting stories. And his last video was about the Hindenburg disaster. You may remember the airship that burned in New Jersey, I think in 1936, 37. Don't remember which, and it doesn't much matter. I will link to the video below. It's really worth watching. And since my school days, obviously I had forgotten a lot of the story, and I had never actually heard the footage of the reporter who was there really to report on the landing of the Zeppelin, and which then went horribly wrong, and I think 36 people lost their lives. It was an awful disaster. And as he is describing it, he's describing it as it's happening, and so he is crying as he's talking. It's just absolutely heart-wrenching, and by the end of the video I was crying, and I thought, I somehow don't know enough about the history of the airship. So I hopped in the car 2 days later when the weather forecast was looking okay, and I drove down to Lake Constance, where the airship was built in a place called Friedrichshafen on the German side of Lake Constance. Lake Constance is that lake where Austria, Germany and Switzerland meet. There is a lake, and it's a beautiful area, and it's one of those weird things. It's like you sort of know you know where the countries end, where the border runs into the lake, but there isn't actually any border on the lake. So it's suddenly a kind of no man's land where everyone sort of mingles quite merrily, and no one knows where the border is, and no one really cares. And it's a beautiful landscape. There's mountains and lake, of course, and there's boats and lovely restaurants, and it's very popular with tourists. I'd say almost a little bit too popular now. It's like every gorgeous place in Europe, it has just become too crowded. But so I pitched up there, and I turned up at the museum, the Zeppelin Museum, in the hope that they would let me film. I could have phoned ahead, but frankly, I just wanted to do the drive. So it didn't really go exactly as planned, but then, nothing ever does really. So I managed to take a boat across to the island on the middle of the lake, and I made a bit of a movie out of it, and I hope you like it. And I would like to thank the channel that inspired it, and his channel name is What the French Toast. So link below if you enjoy really good, gripping stories, well edited, not too short, not too long, just perfection. So thank you very much indeed. And thank you for watching. It's a sunny Friday in May, and I took a 2-hour drive down from Stuttgart to Friedrichshafen in the hope of getting some filming done in the Zeppelin Museum. But of course, Sod's Law being what it is, yet again filming not allowed. So I've had to change my plan yet again, and I've bought myself a ticket for the trip to the island Mainau in the lake, which is beautiful. we're just about to land on the island. It's still a bit cold today, and it's not a perfect day in terms of light, and it's windy, but I'm going to whiz around the island and show you some highlights. It's very interesting. A lot of the buildings have green roofs, and here they're explaining all the advantages of planting your roof. Beautiful lilacs. It's such a shame they haven't invented smell-o-vision yet. Different shade. Everywhere you look, there are comfy and pretty places to sit and eat. I'm going to head in there and see what's on the menu. So it's time for a spot of lunch. A girl has priorities. And I have decided on the Schwedenteller, which seems to be different kinds of fish and seafood and salady bits, shrimp cocktail, smoked salmon, and all that kind of stuff. Herring, cucumber salad. So, decided. It's still feeling distinctly chilly while I'm sitting here drinking my Campari. So I've decided to restrict my filming today to the butterfly house, which is beautiful. And most of all, it's nice and warm. So that's where I'll be heading after my lunch. I'm just perusing the map. And as usual, I'm completely confused. So I'm just going to ask one of the waiters how to get to the butterfly house. It's pathetic. And the food has arrived. And it's looking good. So, tally-ho. And the sun is coming out, which is perfect. This is really cool and beautiful. This is petrified wood. I think I've just found the butterfly house. This caterpillar is the entrance. And everywhere, too many people on a weekday outside the tourist season. Absolutely not a friend of birds in cages. Constantly jammed up with people. Wow, that's that. And a brief walk through the shop. Bamboo is really quite staggering. They're refurbishing one wing of the castle. So they've put up a sort of fake front. And there's some sort of a party going on over there. It looks like a wedding. This is a very sweet place to sit, a little bit higher up. And it's adjacent to the Italian Rose Garden, and of course it's too early for that now. This is probably the biggest ginkgo tree I've ever seen. The Palm House today is the venue for the wedding celebration. And it's very warm in here. The Palm House on the Insel Mainau. Usually there's some kind of a nice exhibition happening, orchids and an orange tree in the corner. Such a pretty setting for a wedding. And of course white is always gorgeous. So I think I'm heading back to the boat. If there is a quiet corner on this island, I haven't found it. So let me hurl myself towards the exit. And the wedding. And I found a quiet spot at last, just after the exit. Suddenly the mist has lifted and the sun has come out, and we have a perfect afternoon. So thank you for watching, and until next time.